March 2nd, 2026, a Tuesday morning. 2 Iranian drones hit Ras Laffan industrial city in Qatar. Within hours, European gas prices surged by 54%. Not 5%, not 10%, 54% in a single day. European leaders went on television and said, "Don't worry, this is temporary. Prices will come back down." But here is what they did not tell you. This crisis did not start on March 2nd. It started the moment Europe made 3 catastrophic decisions spread over a decade, and every single one of them is now colliding at the same time. Let's go back. Before 2022, Russia supplied 40% of all the natural gas Europe consumed. 40%! Piped directly from Siberia into German homes, French factories, Italian power plants. Then came Ukraine, sanctions, and Europe's most expensive strategic mistake. Nord Stream, the pipeline connecting Russia directly to Germany, was destroyed in September 2022. 155 billion cubic meters of annual supply capacity. Gone overnight. Europe scrambled. It turned to Qatar. Qatar, the world's 3rd largest LNG exporter, became Europe's new energy lifeline. And it worked, for a while. But here is the problem nobody wanted to say out loud. Every single cargo from Qatar has to travel through the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow 33-kilometer channel, controlled on one side by Iran. According to energy analyst Maurizio Carulli at Qatari, and I quote his exact words, approximately 20% of global oil supply and 38% of seaborne crude oil trade transits through the Strait of Hormuz. And now Iran has moved to restrict it. Europe traded one dependency, Russia, for another, Qatar. And it never asked, what happens if Qatar goes dark too? Now here is where the story gets uncomfortable. Because while Europe was announcing it would end Russian gas forever, Russian gas was still flowing. Through Turk Stream, through Turkey, into Hungary, into Slovakia, into Serbia. Approximately 15 billion cubic meters per year, still flowing. Today. And Russian LNG? It almost doubled its European exports after 2022. The largest buyers? France, Belgium, Spain. The same countries publicly leading the anti-Russia energy coalition. Now, in January 2026, the EU finally passed its formal ban. Russian LNG banned from January 2027. Russian pipeline gas banned by autumn 2027. The problem? The Qatar crisis hit in March 2026, 11 months before the Russian LNG ban takes effect. Europe needed that gas. It still needs it, and it has legally committed to removing it. So Europe is in a vice. Qatar supply disrupted from one side, Russian supply being legally eliminated from the other. And winter is coming again. Let me give you the actual numbers, not opinion, data. According to the International Energy Agency's latest quarterly gas market report, the Middle East disruption has removed close to 20% of global LNG supply from world markets. Global LNG production dropped 8% year-on-year in March 2026. Ras Laffan shutdown alone removed 5.8 million tons of LNG from March supply. That is 14% of the original global monthly forecast. In 1 month, from one facility. EU gas storage right now? 32% of capacity. That is not a short-term disruption. That is a structural, multi-year hole in Europe's energy supply. Now, I want you to think. There are 3 possible paths forward, 3 scenarios, 3 very different futures. I want you to decide which one you think is most likely, and I want you to tell government in the comments